Some of us are fixated upon the maximum. Maximum speed. It can make someone feverish, possessed. The notion of fast can twist your sensibilities. The concept of speed makes some of us obsessed. Wall-to-wall catastrophes. You can expect nothing less than metal-on-metal carnage. When the truck engines ignite, miles will awaken, and the monster will be waiting.
36 trucks have just come to life. The engines have fired. Welcome to the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Lucas Oil 200 on speed. It's beautiful late afternoon for racing. 64 degrees, partly cloudy, a light breeze just over 16 miles per hour. We're going to see a lot bigger speeds as they try to take on Miles the Monster. That's right, the Monster Mile here in Dover, Delaware. Take a look at our starting grid. It'll roll across the top of your screen. Justin Marks grabs his second career pole in the Camping World Truck Series. On his outside will be Kevin Harvick. We want to take a look at the numbers for this racetrack, Phil.
What a great racetrack. You see the corners are banked at 24 degrees, 9 degrees on the straightaway. That is very, very critical. It's very difficult to spin here without hitting something.
It's very critical to know that as a race car driver, because if somebody gets in trouble up top, they're coming to the bottom, so you better be ready for it.
Here's our race analysis. 200 miles, 200 laps, 36 trucks will be starting this race.
See our pit window somewhere between 80-85 laps. A lot of times when we come here, we worry about tire wear. Not an issue this time. You saw all the rubber down on the racetrack. The tires, the track is taking rubber. No wear issues whatsoever.
That means strategy could become a part of this decision, and man, that's fun when you got those crew chiefs down there trying to figure it all out.
It's time to take a look at our speed spotlight as we shine a spotlight on a few different drivers. Ray, you're actually going to start with our track record holder tonight.
And Rick, that would be David Starr. You know, it's been a long time since he went last to victory lane. 126 races actually, but if you're going to pick a racetrack that David Starr could strike back at, it's got to be at Dover. 9 races here. He's got 7 top 10s and a couple of third place finishes. David said he can feel really aggressive with his steering wheel here, and I look for that Zachary Toyota to be good tonight here at Dover. Hermie?
Yeah, thanks, Ray. I want to take a look at Brad Sweet in the speed spotlight. This is his first ever Truck Series start here at Dover. He qualified 18th and he's only 20th in driver points, but he's got a lot of open wheel experience, not a lot of stock car or truck experience. He's getting experience at a place like Dover here this weekend. He got an 11th place run at Phoenix. He's got an experienced crew chief in Trent Owens. Look for Brad Sweet to maybe get a career best finish here at Dover. Phil?
Hermie, I want to take a look at 23-year-old Cambridge, Ontario driver J.R. Fitzpatrick. He's going to make his first start of the year here in the Camping World Truck Series. He started racing go-karts back at the age of 6. He was a veteran of the NASCAR series in Canada, which became the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series, and he was their 2006 champion. He's made 13 previous Truck Series starts, including once here at Dover, where he finished 11th in 2009. His best truck finish was 4th at Daytona in 2009. He's made a handful of nationwide starts as well. He's going to do double duty. He was also attempt to run the nationwide race tomorrow, and he will start his collegecomplete.com Ford in the 28th position. And Michael, he's the only Ford in the field.
Well, my guy is going to be Chris Fontaine. Phil, you can see Chris there. He's 29 years old from Lakeland, Florida. He's going to have a good look at that only Ford in the field, too. It's starting right there in front of him, right around here on the pace lap behind him. Chris has made 25 truck starts over the last 6 years, but none of them like Talladega. With 6 to go down at Talladega, he was leading the race, led 15 laps that day, got involved in something late, and didn't finish good, but he showed at Talladega he can run up front with these boys.
And the trucks are rolling on to the racetrack now, getting ready for 200 laps around this racetrack. We've got quite a few cameras positioned outside the track and inside the trucks. One of those being the 99 Ford onboard of J.R. Fitzpatrick. He will carry a camera for us, as well as the Toyota onboard of Todd Bodine. Bodine will start in the 15th position. The Funai onboard carried by James Busher. Busher will start in the 14th position, and the bad boy buggies, Kevin Harvick, will start on the front row, and he also carries one of our cameras. We will be right back. The green flag about to fly here, and are the gloves off between Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick? You're about to find out right here at Dover International Speedway. Welcome back to the Monster Miles. We get ready for the Lucas Oil 200. It's time for our Walmart recipe for success. What is the winning ingredient, Ray?
Well, Rick, for Kyle Busch, I think it has to be number of laps led at this racetrack, 1,881. But when you look at his Truck Series results here, maybe not quite as impressive as you would think. Yeah, he's got one win here, but a lot of bad finishes. But Kyle Busch has 3 wins in Nationwide, 2 in Cup, and 1 in Truck. And I have to tell you, I think today the 18 is the truck to beat. Hermie?
Well, thank you, Ray. One of the most amazing stats I've heard in a long time is 11 races here at Dover in the Truck Series, 11 different winners, 5 first-time winners. What does that tell me? It does not mean how much experience you have to necessarily get you to victory lane. You got to be patient when your truck is not exactly right. And don't forget, this pit road is very treacherous to get on pit road, and although they've widened it, you can get yourself in trouble here on pit road as well. It'll take a complete team effort to win this race today. Rick?
Thanks, Jeremy. Are you guys superstitious? Friday the 13th? Does that play into it at the Monster Mile?
We're trying to take on a monster on Friday the 13th. What are we thinking? And you're going to find out why he's the Monster Mile when these trucks take the green flag in just a second. Rick, the speeds here are crazy fast.
11 previous races, 11 different winners. Will we see a 12th tonight, Phil?
We will not see a 12th because we've got Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick in this race. But we know what's going on the last week.
They're feuding.
If they take each other out, then maybe so.
We're about to find out what's going to happen. Justin Marks grabbed his 2nd career pole. He will bring the field to the green flag coming out of turn number 4. Marks on the inside, Harvick on the outside, and the green flag will fly, racing underway at the Monster.
These trucks don't have to fight for the bottom. There's a groove up there, and Kevin Harvick's making it work.
Little bobble early for Justin Marks, and that will lose him the lead. On the outside, Kevin Harvick takes the top spot just behind him.
Teammate Ron Hornaday into 33.
Hornaday makes a great move on the outside, follows now Kyle Busch into 3rd. Justin Marks will fall into the 4th spot as they cross the stripe the first time.
How do you like my pickup truck running about 170 miles an hour here at the Monster Mile? Isn't it fun? Look at all that speed.
It happens quickly here. And you talked about the banks. This is a self-cleaning racetrack. If somebody wrecks up high, you expect that truck to come right down the racetrack.
Oh, and it's going to. As you see Cole Witt on the outside of the 5 truck of Travis Quapple to take over a spot. Here comes Matt Crafton on the outside as well. Gets a little bit loose up off the corner.
Travis Quapple dropping back. It looks like not up to speed yet as Johnny Sauter tries to get by him as well. Side by side. Quapple on the inside, Crafton on the outside.
Man, this track is really rubbery, and you talked about the tire wear field. That means there's options. There's places all over this track you can run. Up high like we saw Crafton. Down low like Travis Quapple's looking there. So many options for these drivers.
Battle's going to heat up for second here. Kyle Busch, the 18 truck, has pulled into the tailgate of the 33 of Hornaday.
Harvick, Hornaday, Kyle Busch, Justin Marks, and Joey Coulter. They're your top 5. Kyle Busch, we talked about earlier when in 2008 when he got into the back of Hornaday.
Hornaday a little bit loose there up off of 4.
And that just goes to show you how hard they're driving these trucks, Phil. You just mat the gas right there where they're at and hold it wide open up off that corner. And if it gets a little bit loose, you're wide open up off that corner. Like I said, it can get away from you in a hurry.
Here comes Kyle Busch looking to the inside of Ron Hornaday for the 2nd spot. Hornaday has to chase it up the racetrack.
Well, Kyle got loose getting in that corner, didn't he, underneath Hornaday?
Yeah, and Ron didn't give him a whole lot of room getting down in there. You know, that's Kevin's teammate. And Ron did not cut Kyle Busch any slack when they entered turn 1.
They stay 2nd and 3rd. Hornaday has the 2nd spot. Busch back in 3rd.
Remember that video we showed earlier from Michigan in 2008? We're talking about Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch, but that was Ron Hornaday that got turned around by the 18 of Kyle Busch.
Kyle Busch hugging the bottom of the racetrack side by side once again, and around goes the 99 of J.R. Fitzpatrick.
Back or down.
That's my spotlight driver, J.R. Fitzpatrick from Ontario.
You okay there, bud?
We talk about the banks being self-cleaning.
Look at that mess.
He was carrying one of our
Got the
onboards.
air off me or something, man. It just snapped on me. Yeah, he was about a car length back and closed there. When you kind of wiggled, I saw it wiggle up off.
It's so difficult to get in trouble here without missing anything. Normally, it's going to be that inside wall you're going to hit.
You could see where he hit it too. He lost it off 2. Talking about, heck, he's halfway down the back straightaway when he hit it, and came off the wall down in turn 3. So that wreck took about quarter mile or so to
a whole
complete.
straightaway to complete that. And there's you see the marks of where he got into the wall on the inside twice.
What's coming off the corner? He had a truck right behind him. Just got sideways, lost the back end up off the corner. Pretty significant contact to the inside wall, and then hits it again.
You know, that's why I like calling those safer barriers, because they're not soft.
Yeah, they're definitely not soft walls.
Yeah. Check that truck out. It's tore all to pieces, but the driver's okay, and that's the most important part.
He carried one of our cameras. This is the look from riding along with the 99.
Only pressure.
He got hard in the throttle, and then he had to pedal a little bit because he was feeling a little bit loose. And then he lost that back end, and then this is the result.
You okay there, bud?
And around he went. J.R. Fitzpatrick looks to be climbing out of that race truck now. He'll take the ride to the infield care center. Lucas Oil 200, 7 laps deep. Stay with us. The NASCAR Camping World Truck Series on Speed is brought to you by Camping World and the Good Sam RV Club. Everything for the RV lifestyle, including RVs, accessories, warranties, insurance, roadside assistance, and more. By Race, Rock, and Refresh. To learn more about your chance to win a trip to Chicagoland Speedway and a Toyota Tundra, visit Dollar General. Save time, save money every day. And by the new Ford F-150, built Ford tough. Nothing tougher than the mile. And J.R. Fitzpatrick found out that coming off of turn number 2, sliding off of turn 2 and into the wall. Ray Dunlap.
I'll give you a quick update on Kyle Busch. He came on the radio and talked to his crew chief, Eric Phillips, and said, guys, I'm surprisingly free. They were definitely not expecting that. He said, I'll call it about a 3 or 4 on a 1 to 10 scale, but it's mostly into the corners. And Eric Phillips came back with the answer, yes, this track has taken a lot more rubber since they've had Sprint Cup and Nationwide Series practice. So the conditions are a little bit different than when they practiced earlier. They plan on making a chassis adjustment on the first pit stop. Hermie?
Yeah, Ray, Ron Hornaday, who currently holds down second, he's had a pretty spirited battle with Kyle Busch over these first couple of laps. He's reporting to his crew chief, Jeff Hensley, that his truck is bottoming out terribly, hitting the cross member, a portion of the frame on this truck as he enters the corners. They've discussed whether or not Ron actually needs to maybe lift a little bit or slow down a little bit more on entry until the air pressure gets up, and they've actually told him to cut the fans off, cut the blowers off that blow cool air on the tires that help prevent air pressure from growing. They told him to cut those fans off so maybe the air pressure in the front tires will build up more to prevent that truck from bottoming out.
Thanks, Hermie. Our lucky dog goes to the one of Carl Long. He will get a lap back early in this race. We will have 33 still on the lead lap from here at the Monster Mile. Justin Marks grabbed the pole, but his early competition was the 2 of Kevin Harvick. Harvick jumped out front and has led every lap. Welcome back to the Lucas Oil 200 here on Speed, your motorsports authority. We're under our first caution of this race, and it happened when J.R. Fitzpatrick had problems getting off of turn number 2. Got loose, and around he went, Phil.
Yeah, coming off the corner there, he was a little bit loose. We heard him from his onboard camera look, pedaling the throttle. Then the back end just came around, and really nothing he could do. He's along for the ride then. Pretty hard contact. Here's his onboard view. Listen to the throttle.
When that motor revs up like that, Phil, that's a lonely feeling. you know you're in trouble before the trouble really starts to happen. We talked about in the pre-race how this track's self-cleaning. The trucks go from the high side to the low side. Chris demonstrated that for us right there really quickly.
So they have J.R. Fitzpatrick's truck in the infield area. Ray, what else happened under this caution?
Well, Austin Dillon came down pit road. His Bass Pro Shop Chevrolet, on a scale of 1 to 7, he said it was an 8 on the loose side. So they made a big wedge adjustment for him. Also saw Johnny Sauter coming down pit road. He said he is plowing through the center, and he's got the splitter down on the ground, so they made quite a few adjustments to that. He said when his splitter is dragging on the front, he just loses control of the rear end.
Thank you, Ray. 2 by 2. The truck's back in line, this time following Kevin Harvick. And it looks as though Harvick has chose the outside line for this restart. He will let his teammate go to the inside, and that is Ron Hornaday. That puts Kyle Busch on the inside.
He liked that. He liked that start he got earlier.
Yeah, he sure did. He got a great start on Justin Marks.
Let's do that again.
Green flag back in the air, and Harvick with another great restart. He jumps out in front of that 33. They stay 1 and 2. And now a little bobble by both as they go through turn number 2, but Harvick able to hold on to it, and Hornaday just behind him on the racetrack.
Dude, these trucks have really looked loose out here, Michael. Usually when the more rubber this racetrack takes, a lot of times it tightens it up. As you see Kyle Busch go for the second spot.
Took it away from Hornaday on the outside. Now there's no trucks between Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch on the racetrack.
This might be interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I can't wait to see Joey Coulter working the bottom there. That's, like you said, Phil, it's a hard thing to get down on the bottom. And Kyle decided that time he didn't like trying to pass Ron on the inside. Got pinched down a little bit, just rolled around the top and took Kyle down. Excuse me.
Battle for 5th. Travis Kvapil on the inside. Justin Marks on the outside. Harvick's able to move up Kvapil's able to move up in front of Justin Marks, and Marks has his hands full as that truck skated up the racetrack.
Literally, you could see his hands through the windshield trying to catch that truck. The battle heating up right now for the 3rd spot. Look at Cole Whitt, that Red Bull Chevrolet, move in on Hornaday.
Had a great closing right there as they came through 3 and 4, and he is all over the back bumper of Ron Hornaday.
Every time we've seen Ron Hornaday, he's been wiggling around. That truck's really loose. I talked to some of the engineers down at Michael Waltrip Racing this week, and they said if this truck rubbers up, their data tells them it will get extremely loose, way looser than it does if it stays concrete. So that's interesting. I thought about the same thing, Phil. I thought it'd get tighter. They say looser, and we're seeing examples of that all over the racetrack.
That's why we have engineers, I guess, right?
Those engineers are pretty smart.
They are smart.
Okay. Cole Whitt took 3rd away from Hornaday. Hornaday way up the racetrack. You talked about him being loose. Is he trying to find a way, the fastest way around this racetrack if he's got a loose truck?
He's trying to find some grip right now, trying to keep that rear end of that truck right underneath him. See Kyle move in on Kevin Harvick.
This is what everyone paid to see. Kevin Harvick in front of Kyle Busch. Busch was all over the back bumper of Harvick. Now to the outside, trying to battle for the lead. A great run by Kyle Busch as he goes down the backstretch. Has the lead. He took it away from Harvick.
Options. That's what race car drivers like. Kyle Busch tried Hornaday on the low side, couldn't get it done, went to the top on Hornaday at work, did the same thing to Harvick. You heard Harvick say there, I'm way too loose.
And you know, we know Kevin Harvick, and right now, that's the last truck he wanted to pass him was that 18 of Kyle Busch.
Traxxas number 18, a Toyota Tundra out in front now. Kyle Busch was so close to winning this race a year ago, but wasn't able to get it done. You see Nelson Piquet Jr. in the 8 go by that 77 of Justin Lofton.
What about Nelson Piquet Jr. over at Nashville? That was
incredible.
Awesome.
Outran his teammate Ron Hornaday to get that 2nd spot to Kyle Busch. Terrific job.
Craig Ghost with an impressive run in the 46. He's currently running in 13th spot.
Got a top 10 over at Nashville too. He made his debut last year at Talladega. Phil got a top 10 in his first start. Hadn't got one since, and now he finally got one. Oh, look how sideways.
Again, a bobble by Hornaday.
And that may be a situation where Ron Hornaday said, I believe he got into my left rear corner. He did not. Ron Hornaday just got a little bit loose. He may have robbed some air off that rear spoiler, but he certainly didn't get into him.
But Ron's not giving up, is he?
No,
I
don't
think that truck's proven to him that it's loose enough yet.
Up the racetrack he goes once again. Kvapil stays right at the bottom of the track, trying to take that spot away. That is for the 4th position. Side by side, they're sliding as they come out of 4.
Got plenty of time.
Man, and that's right, plenty of time. But Phil, that 5 truck's had a bad year. Travis Kvapil hasn't run well at all. He hasn't finished well at all. And you know, he's a former Truck Series champion. And to run like he has this year is frustrating. He's got a good truck today, and he wants to go.
And we considered him a championship contender this year. He elected to get points in the Truck Series, even though he's running the Cup Series full time. And as you mentioned, this really hasn't performed up to what they should be.
Cole Whitt now challenging Kevin Harvick for 2nd. Cole Whitt has looked very strong since the drop of the green flag, up to the 3rd position now.
He's looked good since the drop of the green flag at Daytona.
Yeah, it's been impressive to watch that young man get his legs under him and figure this out.
You talk about young man, just 19 years old out of Alpine, California.
Some kids come along and it looks like for whatever reason they just have it, and that's a young man that really looks like he has it. Started out last year in the K&N Pro Series East Division.
There you hear Kevin Harvick needs a big adjustment. Quapple all over the back bumper once again of Ron Hornaday, trying to make that pass, trying to take away the 4th spot.
That's another truck that needs a big adjustment. Yeah. He's the same way as his teammate. He needs to get in there and work on that thing. It's loose.
Those two continue to battle side by side for the 4th spot. Hornaday had it. Quapple trying to take it away, and the 88 looks like the fastest truck of the 3. He's been held up by the 2 of these guys, and Quapple again bobbles, and that allows Hornaday to pull out to a truck link lead.
Just moments ago now, watch the 5 of Travis Quapple. This is when they're going to get really close. They don't touch. You saw Hornaday wiggle, and then he had to chase it up the hill. And here's a couple laps later, same incident, both trucks sideways up off the corner. Travis does a great job keeping that truck off of Ron Hornaday.
That's experience. He won the Truck Series championship back in '03, Phil, and you don't win a championship in any division of NASCAR and not be able to wheel one of these things. And that was there's a case right there where Travis had to wheel it hard to get off turn 4 without crashing.
Michael, that whole championship year, he failed to complete 1 lap for the entire season.
And that was at a half-mile racetrack. So
Bakersfield,
half
California.
a mile is all he was able, or he didn't complete of that season. What a very impressive run. And how about the 88 of Matt Crafton? He's able to get by the 5 of Travis Quapple. Now he's trying to take 4th away from Hornaday.
What about some of these trucks in the top 10? You got Joey Coulter, Justin Marks, our poster, Parker Kligerman. The top 10 this is why I love the Truck Series. You got a couple of Cup guys. You got a couple of guys that were Cup racers. They've finished their Cup careers. Now they're truck racers. And you got a 19-year-old kid running second. It's all there.
Gets in between Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick.
Out in front, Kyle Busch, Cole Witt running second. He's 3 seconds back. Then it's Kevin Harvick, Ron Hornaday, Matt Crafton, your top 5. Quapple, Kligerman, Coulter, Marks, and James Buescher, your top 10 here at the Monster Mile. Once Kyle Busch was able to get by Kevin Harvick, he checked out, and now his only competition, Cole Witt, 3 seconds back. Sunday NASCAR race day revs up in Dover. Denny Hamlin will join us live. Plus, we'll discuss the driver feuds that got physical in Darlington. That's NASCAR race day built by the Home Depot from Dover, Sunday, 10:30 Eastern, live on Speed.
What a great battle here from 4th on back. Ron Hornaday holding this group up, it looks like, Michael.
Yeah, you saw when Cole Witt caught Harvick. Harvick slid up. Cole went low. It was over. Ron couldn't afford to do that. He couldn't just lay over. Look at him still wiggling that truck. Because look at all the trucks lined up back through there. He gives up 1 spot. He's liable to give up 5 or 6. It might not ever stop. He's got them lined up from all the way down the front straightaway behind him.
Kyle Busch out in front of the field. He has a 2.7 second lead over Cole Witt. Cole Witt has been able to close the gap just a bit. It was 3.1 seconds, now 2.7. So he's chipping away at that lead, and such an impressive performance by the young man.
Yeah, there goes Kyle Busch, and here comes second Cole Witt. Like you said, what a great performance. You remember Scott Speed won in a Red Bull truck here back in 2008. So they've tasted victory lane here at the Monster Mile, and looking like Cole Witt's going to have a shot to do that again tonight.
Kevin Harvick continues to hold down the 3rd position. Kevin, 1 start earlier this year at Martinsville, finished in the 4th spot. Always competitive in this truck.
Yeah, didn't have a chance to win there at Martinsville, though. Wasn't going to happen.
No, wasn't going to happen. He got 2 laps down. There's no way he's going to win, and he ends up finishing 4th. And I dare to say what might happen if he'd had more time.
You think Harvick woke up Monday morning and called Big Boy Bowers and said, I feel like being a bad boy this week. Will y'all sponsor my truck?
I don't know. Kevin Harvick's claimed that it was a couple weeks in the making, not because of what happened at Darlington.
You can see Ron Hornaday still running that high side and still sideways. The thing keeps wiggling around on him. You see all 4 there, not steady. But Matt Crafton can't get the deal done. He's driven all the way up the side, Ron. Ron runs that thing hard down into the corner, and then Matt passes him on the way off, and then they change positions again. And what a great run. Ooh, that was scary for Matt Crafton. You see him in there driving that thing?
Looked like Travis Quapple, that 5 truck, may have gotten the back of Matt Crafton. Remember, it was Travis Quapple trying to get by the 33. They end up switching positions with the 88. Now the 88's trying to get by the 33, and neither one of them can do it.
I'm not convinced these 3 aren't going to crash, because here comes Quapple back up on the inside. We saw what happened when he was on the inside earlier. And Ron's keeping, look at all these trucks lined up behind him. Some of the top 10 guys are right on Ron's bumper.
Yeah, you've got 3 veterans here, and Hornaday, Quapple, and Crafton, and right behind him throw in Parker Kligerman, watching these veterans battle door to door.
And is Parker Kligerman saying, is this how we're supposed to do this, y'all? Isn't it 30 or 40 laps in? I mean, come on.
Parker Kligerman coming off his top 10 at Nashville last time out. Actually jumped in Brad Keselowski's nationwide car during practice because Brad's a little bit under the weather. There's a chance that he may have to race that car. Parker, I'm talking about, didn't really fit all that well. They had to adjust all the pedals and the steering wheel and pad up the seat a little bit for him, but he did a nice job in that car and doing a nice job in this race. Got that 22 Joey Coulter, another RCR car right behind him.
Yeah, that truck is strong. Joey Coulter is just doing a good job getting this truck series figured out. Anytime you come to Dover and you run in the top 10, you got to figure you got things pretty well figured out. This racetrack really challenges you, and you have to drive hard to be successful here. Driving a truck hard gives you confidence. If you're able to do it at Dover, you feel like you can do it anywhere.
James Busher just behind him in the number 31.
That's the Funai onboard. Fun and innovative. That's sort of what Dover is. When you come here, you know it's going to be fun, and you're going to have to be innovative, figure out how to win. That's why we've had 11 different winners here. Strategy has played into that in a lot of those victories. Just fast trucks have in others, but you got to have it all here at Dover.
We talk about that race last year, 2010. James Busher, that 31 truck, finished second here last year. He knows how to get around there.
How about that second place finish last race at Nashville for Nelson Piquet Jr. trying to back that up? Oh, we've got problems. The 33 hit the wall. Hornaday
Inside.
slowing now on the racetrack. He talked about an ill handling race truck, and now the right side scraping the wall here at Dover.
He might have just got high up there. I don't see any damage, Rick.
He's been chasing up. There he is. He might have got loose getting down in the corner.
Whoa, I don't think he hit it.
I'm not even sure he hit the wall.
Yep, you're right.
He used all the racetrack up, though.
We said they were probably going to crash, and that's as close as you're ever going to get to crashing without actually doing it. Now his heart's beating even faster than it was when we saw him sideways.
There's Craig Ghost, the 46 truck. There's Brad Sweet, the 32 on the inside. Here's a Toyota on board of Todd Bodine. These trucks right here battling for the 19th position.
You know, hindsight's always 20/20, but is this a situation where Ron Hornaday should have brought that truck on the pit road on first caution?
No, he didn't know yet. You know, the tires hadn't come up to temperature yet. It might have come in perfectly for him. Obviously, that didn't happen, but he didn't have enough information to pit yet, Rick. You know, you talk about Todd Bodine. This isn't, I mean, he's a champion. He's our last year's champion. This isn't championship form he started this season in.
Take a look at where the 18 is. That's Kyle Busch right there in the 18, about to put some very good trucks a lap down.
You've got Brad Sweet. You have Todd Bodine just in front of this group. Craig
spins.
Around goes Craig Ghost in the 46. Clip the 32 of Brad Sweet.
Hold it.
Now that is as close as you come to wrecking without hitting the wall.
Well, can we go? That was a wreck, wasn't it? I mean, he had a chance to hit the wall. He was in the infield. Trucks were dodging him.
That is amazing.
He came very close to hitting Kyle Busch as he was sliding around the racetrack. Just as Kyle Busch was catching up, and you guys talk about it every race, when you see the leader behind you, you really start to think, okay, I got to get up on the wheel and get after this, so I can't let him by me. And it looks like that might have been a case here with Craig.
And we saw how hard those guys were racing too, knowing that Kyle Busch, their leader, was coming.
Take another look. The 46 of Ghost in the white truck.
That's Brad Sweet, the 32 on his inside. See if they make some contact down here.
Yeah.
Just a nudge. So slight, but that's all it takes here. Watch this now. Watch Craig Ghost. He's going to slide all the way back up the racetrack, turn the wheel to the left at exactly the right moment to keep that truck out of the wall. And that's Kyle Busch on the outside. There's the 18 truck, middle of your screen right now.
Look at Kyle. He's a heads up, sees what's happening, slows up. Johanna Long does a great job, slips by the bottom, running the top 20. We're talking about this is top 20 truck. She's right there at the tail end of that battle. And Kyle almost got crashed.
Speeds up, goes to the outside to avoid contact and stays safe. So he will stay out in front, but that will bunch the field back up once again. Cole Witt will now have a shot at Kyle Busch on this restart. Kevin Harvick will restart third. Crafton, Quapple, those two are there, all the top five, and on to pit road comes our leader, Hermie.
Well, the 60th Cole Witt, very impressive on the racetrack and on the radio. He told his crew chief, Marcus Richmond, didn't have a lot of complaints on the long run, just a little bit free. They'll take 4 tires, Sunoco fuel, and a slight air pressure adjustment. Ray?
Kyle Busch had a big lead on the rest of the trucks that were behind him, and he will come in, and they're going to make an air pressure adjustment on the right rear. And Kyle also called in and said, how about a little bit of track bar? So they'll go half a round down. That'll help tighten him up a little bit. For Kevin Harvick, you can see they're going to make some big adjustments on that bad boy buggy Chevrolet. He said this thing is so loose. Wedge wrenches in the left. They went air pressure on the right sides. Harvick will go out behind the number 60 of Cole Witt. So the front three running trucks come in and leave in the same order.
You see the race off of pit road. Justin Marks now just coming off of pit road.
Kyle Busch and his team held serve on this round of pit stops.
Reason we're under caution, the 46 of Craig Ghost around, and a wild ride he has.
Look how slight that contact is.
You can't even see the indication that he had contact. That left for a quarter.
That just shows you how close to out of control these guys are.
A little bit of a scrape there with Brad Sweet as Sweet goes by, but Kyle Busch goes on the high side to avoid this. And as soon as he goes past on the high side, Craig Ghost comes back up the racetrack in a very close call with the outside wall, but stays off of it. We'll be back for the green flag this moment. Tomorrow it's the Wild West and the Gunslingers. They're coming. The Rolex Sports Car Series is offering a $25,000 bounty to the team that breaks the Ganassi Gang's winning streak. Don't miss the Rolex Sports Car Series from Virginia International Raceway. Tomorrow, 5 Eastern, only on Speed. Reason we're under caution for the second time today.
Slight contact between the 32 of Brad Sweet, the 46 of Craig Ghost, right in front of our leader, Kyle Busch.
I don't ever think I saw Craig Ghost put his brakes on. He's sideways 160 miles an hour, sliding around up and down the racetrack. Had a bunch of pedals in there, didn't choose to use any of them.
Well, he used that throttle when he got sideways to propel that truck back down off the racetrack. We talk about these banks. Normally you spin, you go up, and then you come back down. He kept his truck from going back up into the outside wall, and then it shot down the racetrack. That's when he made slight contact again with Brad Sweet.
Aaron's lucky dog goes to the 39 of Ryan Sieg. He'll be back on the lead lap. So we've got 25 that will be on the lead lap for the start of this race.
Aaron's
restart. Cole Witt will be on the inside now. Kyle Busch looks as though leader likes that outside line.
Well, he's had great success up there. He's made all his passes on the top side, so it's working well. Let's not change it yet.
Kyle Busch up top. Cole Witt down on the bottom. Matt Crafton's been strong. He will start in the 4th position. Kevin Harvick in the 3rd spot down on the bottom of the racetrack at row number 2. Coming out of turn 4. Green flag back in the air. We're underway.
Huge jump by Kyle Busch.
Trying to bring Matt Crafton along with him. Matt on the outside of Cole Witt, trying to make that take that spot. Check out how these trucks pick up all the rubber off the track when they run under caution. The darkness goes away when they're running under caution. The tires pick up some of that rubber that's on the road, and then when they go back green, it goes right back down. This tire deal is interesting, what Goodyear has to battle. The guys say, we need to take more rubber. We need more rubber. They give them a tire that puts rubber down. That's too much rubber.
You talked about how smart the engineers are. Now we'll see some of the ill-handling trucks, how they perform now that we've had a pit stop where these guys could take some pretty big swings at the setups.
Yeah, you got to figure if you give Kevin Harvick a chance to work on his truck, he's going to come out smoking.
Yeah, and he's going to have a couple opportunities. This will at least be a 2 pit stop race. Obviously, first pit stop coming lap number 47.
Kyle Busch out front of Cole Witt by about a second now. Crafton running 2nd or 3rd. Harvick 4th. Kligerman is 5th. Wappel, Coulter, Hornaday, PK Jr., and James Buescher your top 10.
Normally these drivers and teams will only have 4 sets of tires for the weekend, as we see Johnny Sauter make the move to the inside of Nelson Piquet Jr. But they were allowed 5.5 sets of tires here this time, because we know this historically has been a tire wear situation. I don't think you're going to need them all. I think if you're going to win this race, you're going to have new tires left on pit road.
Check out how much of a momentum track this is. Matt Crafton was
around goes Brad Sweet in the 32.
There's the self-cleaning effect. It goes down there and pounds that inside wall.
Who was that?
That was Brad Sweet.
No, that was Brad Sweet.
That was Brad Sweet. But I think he's talking maybe about the 20 of Johanna Long when we first caught a glimpse of the 32. Brad Sweet, it looked like Johanna Long was in the vicinity anyway.
I believe if I just sat there, if I was Brad, you can see all the water
straight to the garage.
running out of that thing, and maybe a little bit of oil too.
Now he's going to take it up on the racetrack.
Maybe he's going to make a hard left here into the garage area, come into the garage area the back way down there.
He was 20th at the time of this caution.
He was right in that battle we saw that brought out our last caution, Rick. Battling inside the top 20. Oh, Johanna Long was down on the inside of Brad. She does a great job. Watch this, Phil.
Amazing.
She stayed
That's
calm.
about when we saw her right there, and then he was completely sideways, backwards, right next to her.
And she just had to sit there and just take a deep breath. You know, any evasive action on these banks, she would have went into the wall too. She was really cool there.
Kept that truck straight. That's her coming straight at us.
Be interesting to see. They made contact. It looked like maybe Johanna was in there, and maybe Brad came down, didn't see her in there. Is that what it looked like to you?
That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah, you heard him say, who was that? Well, that happened to be the 20th Johanna Long.
I can't believe she didn't crash.
It's amazing that he didn't force her up into the outside wall.
Can't hardly tell what kind of shape they were in when they went into that turn.
That truck just spun right around her. I mean, it was completely sideways backwards, right beside her, and as she went by, then it jumped up around her from the backside.
Bodine was on pit road.
You know, I talked about Todd Bodine earlier, Rick, and this not being typical of his team. He's lost 20 points to the leader in the last 3 races, so things are going in a bad direction for this team. And on pit road working on that thing early today, that's not a good sign either.
Hermie, what are they saying in that team?
Well, Todd Bodine came down pit road. He's fighting a tight condition, which is very odd because just about everybody else up and down pit road has been complaining about being loose. They came in, topped off with fuel, and took some wedge out of that truck to get him freed up. Now, Ron Hornaday, he was complaining about his truck being so loose he could not even give the truck any wheel on entry into the corner, could not turn it to get in the corner without getting loose. They made a major wedge and track bar adjustment, and Ron said it helped it a little bit, but he's waiting to run some more laps on the racetrack to get him a better feedback on the progress they've made on the 33 truck. Ray?
Hermie, yesterday I watched the 2 truck throughout practice in the day, and at the beginning Kevin Harvick said his truck was wicked and evil. It was bouncing the left front, and as he came up off turn 4, he said the rear end was not in the racetrack. So his crew chief Bruce Cook made some pretty big changes. They changed the camber in the left front, and they also changed the anti-dive. And today Kevin said whatever the difference is on this racetrack, this truck is not responding. He said, we are terrible. The front is not in the track, and I do not have control coming up off. So far, the adjustments they made to try to make Kevin Harvick a little better have not worked.
Kevin Harvick started on the front row, but it was Kyle Busch that was able to get by him for the lead. Kyle Busch out in front, thinking a year ago one was stolen from him at this racetrack. Well, he came very close to getting caught up in an incident earlier already in this race. Charlotte Motor Speedway is rolling out the red carpet for you on their all-star race inside deal. Purchase a Turn 4 Terrace box ticket package and receive a pre-race pit pass, upgrade, and free food and beverage. Jason White is your Aaron's Lucky Dog recipient. So the 23 will get back on the lead lap.
Talked to Jay yesterday about his truck. Wasn't real happy with it. Felt like they needed to pretty much rebuild it, but didn't seem to work so far because that he's struggling.
This has been a good racetrack for him. He had a top 5 finish here, what, a couple years ago?
No, last year.
Was it last year? He finished 4th? Yeah.
That last year in that race, the top 4 finishers all had their career best finishes on that day.
And some of the drivers, some of the drivers talked about how they think the track is rubbering up differently than it was a year ago. So a really different situation for all the teams now as they're working on lap 59.
See how white that thing is right now?
It's amazing how they clean it off, as you mentioned during the caution flag.
Green flag back in the air. Out in front, Kyle Busch. Running second, Cole Witts. They stay 2 by 2, battling for that second spot.
They sure do get it dirty in a hurry, though, don't they?
They really do. How about Kevin Harvick stays right outside Cole Witt in a battle for second, side by side.
Look how bouncy those things are getting down in the corner.
Travis Quapp on the outside of that 88 of Matt Crafton, trying to take 4th away. Cole Witt drops back to the 3rd spot now as Kevin Harvick trying to come on, but Witt battles back on the inside.
looked like Hornaday was thinking about making it 3 wide for a moment.
Yeah, and Matt didn't see him. I think he went straight to the wall. Maybe a little contact between those two trucks.
What a run by Parker Kligerman, though. Kligerman able to get by Crafton, so he's behind the 5 of Travis Kvapil now.
Well, look at that momentum that Kevin Harvick had from the top side coming off of turn 4 that time.
Man, if I'm a Cole Witt's spotter, I'm going to say, look, it's a long race. You're in a real vulnerable spot here. Just be cool for me. If you complete the pass, cool, but don't overdo it. And you can see right through the middle of the corner, he's going to make that pass.
Looked like Kevin got a little bit loose, had to chase his truck a little bit. Oop.
And here comes Kevin Harvick once again.
Had him clear for just a moment, but wasn't able to pull up in front of Kevin.
Look, he's sideways.
Oh, sideways.
Cole Witt catches it, but Harvick takes advantage, gets by, as does Travis Kvapil. Now Kvapil will battle for it.
Looked like Matt Crafton may have scrubbed the wall. Cole Witt looked like he might have made contact with the right rear corner of the 5 of Travis Kvapil.
Here comes Parker Kligerman to the inside of Travis Kvapil.
If I'm still a spotter, I'm saying, seriously, calm down.
You didn't listen to me last time, now.
Travis Kvapil on the outside, Parker Kligerman on the inside. They are racing for the 3rd spot.
What a battle. This has been going on all day.
Parker Kligerman gets a little bit loose and has to chase his truck. That allows Travis Kvapil a bit of an advantage from the outside.
James Buescher gets by the 33 of Hornaday. Here comes the 13 of Johnny Sauter, trying to go by that 33. There's a difference between 2nd and 3rd. Harvick holds on to 2nd, Kvapil in 3rd, Kligerman, Crafton your top 5.
PK Jr. drives to the inside of Austin Dillon. Here's David Starr.
He thought David Starr was going to come down the bottom, so he kind of crowded up Austin Dillon. Got the spot regardless, but wasn't pretty.
Side by side continuing. David Starr, Austin Dillon, Starr running 13th. Dillon takes that 13th spot away.
Great side-by-side battle. The monster Chevrolet number 4, Ricky Carmichael. The South Point Casino Toyota, Brendan Gaughan on the outside in the 62.
Gaughan running in the 17th spot. Shane Sieg in the 93. On the inside. That's Todd Bodine just behind his teammate.
10-4, 24-60.
Lap time 24:60. Last time by, Kyle Busch ran a 23:95. That tells you the difference in lap speed.
Clear about 15 out back if you need to move around.
See that traffic Todd Bodine's dealing with. Man, it's just amazing. We talk about clean air. These trucks running 160, 70 miles an hour down the straightaways. You get a truck in front of you, it changes your handling characteristics. It takes speed away from you too. Sometimes it doesn't hurt your truck's handling as much. You just slow down because you got to wait on it. Your timing's off a little bit. Get clear of some of those trucks. Maybe Todd can get up in the top 10 and work his way toward the front.
Austin Dillon running the high side. You got David Starr down beneath him.
We saw that with Cole Witt battling Kevin Harvick. We knew that.
Yeah, 10-4, he's parking on the bottom though.
We know that Cole Witt had a fast car, has a fast truck, but wasn't able to get by Kevin Harvick. Ended up getting loose and chasing that truck uphill. This is what happened. Here he is racing really hard with Kevin Harvick. Watch his hands now.
Look
He gets sideways a couple different times, chases it, and loses 2 or 3 spots. Watch this super slow-mo here. You see him completely sideways right there. Look at the difference in the attitude of the 60 truck and the 2 truck.
You can see him in there working that wheel too.
Keep watching this now. This is when it looked like the 88 of Matt Crafton may have bounced off the fence coming off of turn number 2. He's right behind the 29 of Parker Kligerman. Here he comes. There's Matt. Whoa. I wouldn't say bounced off it, but he may have scraped it a touch.
Got the Dover stripe.
Check out this battle for 10th. Justin Lofton inside the top 10, passing Ron Hornaday. What a great run for Justin today.
How about Justin, a 3rd place finish here, his career best last year. You talked about all those trucks having their career best. That was one of them.
Looks like Austin Dillon was thinking about making it 3 wide.
These guys
Nelson PK just in front of him.
I usually get nervous when we do Talladega because it's crazy, but this is just about as crazy. These guys are really battling early. You know, we're getting down toward halfway of this event, so we've seen it from the green flag, side by side, sideways.
We've got Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick running 1 and 2 here. Of the top 10, 5 are still looking for their first career win, so it could happen here at the Monster Mile. Ray.
Hey guys, we saw the 33 and the 3 racing together there. Both of those guys terrible loose, talking on the radio. And I just, we got a
big hit
crash.
by
Looks
Ricky
like
Carmichael, Ray. Big hit by Carmichael into the wall. Destroyed the front end of that truck.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Oh, good to hear that.
Thank goodness for those safety barriers.
Look at the destruction.
We heard Ricky
of that
just say
race
he
truck.
got loose.
Wow, that thing is...
May have been a situation where he got loose, overcorrected, and then shot that thing into the wall head on.
That truck is destroyed. Look at the splitter. It's stuck underneath the wall.
Hard contact. Great to hear Ricky telling his crew chief that he's okay.
Yeah, when Father crew chief talked to him and you see him climbing out of that truck, what an amazing testament to the safety here of these vehicles and those safer barriers.
I think he's okay, but he ain't great. You can tell he's sort of slowly working his way out of the truck and getting his helmet off.
I'll tell you, a shot like that's going to ring your bell and quite possibly knock the wind out of you. He sounded fairly good. Here's another look. You see him. He's in between two trucks, and he does get sideways and then overcorrects it. Man, did that truck hit the wall hard.
You talked about it. You're going 160, 170 miles an hour when you get into the turn.
Yeah, but you know,
and that's a hard right turn.
You just don't see wrecks that hard very often. I mean, that truck clobbered the outside wall, and he shot up there at just such an extreme angle, Phil.
Almost perpendicular to the outside wall.
Head on.
He was running in the 14th spot. This is the 3rd DNF.
Look at all this debris.
Who was that cut a tire maybe? You see the black marks going into the outside wall? One of the trucks got into the wall when he ran over some of that debris.
Here's Todd. He's right behind. You see Ricky get sideways and then overcorrects. Yeah, no contact from any other vehicle.
It's just loose.
And look at all the debris, as you mentioned.
There's this white truck coming in here in a minute.
17 of Timothy Peters.
46 of Craig Gose also. That's the radiator sitting out in front of the truck, just being held by the radiator hose. That's it right there.
Look at the size
of the wheels.
See that sway bar in there? That's the area right there. That's his sway bar. Look at the size of that sucker. You can get a real look inside what he's got under his hood. What's left under there at least.
Wow.
There's the front end they're trying to tear off of the truck. Trucks coming onto pit road, one of those being Timothy Peters in the 17. Now coming off of pit road.
I was talking to Timothy's crew chief Butch Hilton this morning, and his son is going to graduate from University of North Carolina at Charlotte tomorrow with a mechanical engineering degree. Really proud of him. Butch wanted to give a shout out to him, so let's do that.
Again, that's the splitter stuck underneath the safer barrier. And look at the debris coming off of that truck. All over. And then you have the 7 getting into the wall.
It's Camping World's destination recreation.
Did you know that Camping World recently announced their partnership with the Good Sam Club? Now, Camping World has had great sites all across the country, but now with this partnership, we bring you everything you need to have for a great RV lifestyle. Now, Good Sam Club gives you great discounts on approved campsites. Also, there's online travel tips, and we'll give you RV advice. And also, if you join right now, we're going to throw in Highways Magazine for free, and that has some great coupons for some fantastic discounts. So go to campingworld.com/GoodSam, and we'll let you join for just $19.
Just to let you know, I'm not sure Ray knows how to ride a bike, but he was able to push it there. I don't think he can pedal. Take a look at the destruction here of that 4 of Ricky Carmichael, and thank goodness he was able to climb out of that truck. But take a look at what happened and how all that damage took place.
Just look at this angle that he hits the outside wall. And remember, people, he's running 140 or 50 miles an hour down in the center of that turn.
He was checked out and released from the care center already.
Miguel Paluda, we saw the 7 truck ran over something, cut a tire down, and made contact with the outside wall after he went through the debris field. But what a hard right-hand turn.
Caution, big caution. Just a lot of debris down here. A lot of debris.
That hurt me. I think me and you probably hit the wall about like that here.
Yeah. Before they had safer barriers.
So they pulled the truck into the infield here at the garage
like
area.
this,
Again, Ricky Carmichael was checked out and released from the infield care center. We'll be back. The green flag will fly at the Lucas Oil 200. Welcome back to Dover International Speedway. The safety crews doing some last-minute cleanup here after Ricky Carmichael got into the wall. He's out of the infield care center and he's with Hermie.
Yeah, first of all, glad to see Ricky Carmichael walking around. Glad you're okay. Tell us what happened and what led up to that.
Yeah, just well, thanks for the concern and testament to NASCAR safety procedures. But you know, the Monster Energy Chevrolet was okay. We were picking them off one at a time. I think we were like 14th, starting from 20th, and I was coming in there behind the 81, and he bobbled or something, so I barely touched the brake. And when I did, the back end kind of came around, then it snapped and went the opposite way. And I haven't had a leak like that in a while. It reminds me of my motocross days that I'd like to forget, actually. But just disappointment. We had a good, you know, we're just picking them off one at a time like we normally do. We'll go on to 1.5 miles at Charlotte next week, but just glad I'm all right. Thank you.
So Ricky Carmichael in surprisingly good spirits, and we was talking before we came on the air. What a great job by NASCAR and all these racetracks. That was a nasty hit. They brought the truck by here, and it's been a long time since I've seen one torn up that bad. So we're glad Ricky Carmichael is here to tell us about it.
Thanks, Hermie. And the field going back to 2x2. Out in front of the field, it's Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick running second. James Buescher gets the Aaron's lucky dog, so he'll be back on the lead lap, scored in the 21st position. 23 trucks on the lead lap, and Hornaday in that 23rd position.
He and Todd Bodine and a bunch of the trucks back in the field pitted there, and they're going to have a lot of extra fuel. If this thing gets a little crazy at the end, you might see some strategy there.
Yeah, Ron Hornaday has 30 laps more fuel right now than the trucks running up in the top 10.
Guess who's side by side for the lead? Coming out of turn number 4. Kevin Harvick on the inside, Kyle Busch on the outside. Green flag back in the air. Look at him chase Kyle Busch up the racetrack. Harvick using all the racetrack getting into turn 1.
Is he going to be able to clear him? That's the important thing. Not able to do it down on this end of the racetrack.
They stay side by side down the backstretch. Harvick on the inside, Busch on the outside, got a great run, and Kyle Busch clears that 2 of Kevin Harvick.
Boy, that truck of Kyle Busch is stuck, isn't it?
Wow. He didn't want to mess around with Harvick long, did he?
Parker Kligerman running in the 3rd spot. Battle for 4th now. Cole Witt takes it away from Travis Kvapil. Kvapil in 5th. Johnny Sauter in 6th.
You see the battle for 7th there.
Oh, contact.
Joey Coulter gets a little bit sideways after contact from Matt Crafton. And Matt's going to bring some of his friend. Here comes the pole sitter back into action.
Justin Marks getting by Joey Coulter as well.
Guys racing inside the top 10. Harvick's back on Busch.
Busch down at the bottom of the racetrack once again. Just about a half a groove up the racetrack.
Look at Kevin hung out coming off the corner. You don't think he's driving hard?
He's after that thing. You can see his hands down the center of the corner just working that wheel.
Staying right on the back bumper of the 18.
This is what everybody's been wanting to see, and we've got it right here on speed. A couple guys that can't get along, racing for the lead. Woo-wee. This is fun.
The altercation a week ago took place on pit road. We talked to NASCAR about it, and they said, you know what? We don't want to have to make a decision. We don't want them to do something that will make us make a decision as to how they race on the track. So they said,
something wrong with Todd Bodine, Rick.
Yep, looks like he's slowing on the racetrack. The 30 up high.
One more.
Is it a flat tire?
Clear down low. All clear.
He just
Push
pitted.
your boxes and stuff, bud.
Oh, it's motor issues.
Or engines.
No, it's a drop cylinder. Still runs, but it's a drop cylinder.
The Todd Bodine struggles continue in 2011.
57's coming outside. Outside. It's smoking now. They want you to stay down.
Yeah, one top 10 finish so far this season.
That 3rd place finish at Darlington. Now teammates battling for position. Crafton's able to get by that 13 of Johnny Sauter. Crafton, the highest running truck that came onto pit road, under this most recent caution. He's running in the 6th spot now.
Yeah, well, he has 27 more laps of fuel than do the trucks running in front of him.
Johnny Sauter trying to hold on to the spot, but Austin Dillon takes it away from him. So Dillon now in front of Johnny Sauter. Dillon drops Sauter back to the 8th spot now. Dillon up to 7th. Justin Lofton in that 77 running 11th. David Starr is 12th.
Justin Lofton's really strong today. I've fun seeing all these guys run toward the front. That's Marks, our pole sitter, just ahead of him. There's Justin. I think Ray's got a story on Justin's team down there. Ray?
Yeah, Michael, I just wanted to update on the first round of pit stops at lap 47. They didn't make any adjustments on that lap, Lofton Toyota. But whenever 74, after Ricky Carmichael had his crash, they came down pit row and put fuel in that thing and right side tires on the 77. So keep in mind that the 77 and a number of other trucks that did come down pit road are on a different cycle than Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, and the guys up front who have only pitted one time today. Hermie?
Ron Hornaday has been unhappy with this truck since the drop of the green flag. He's been very, very loose, cannot turn that truck like he wants to through these long sweeping corners at Dover. Well, they came down pit road on this last caution, and they actually put more preload on the sway bar. They've actually made that truck think it's got a bigger sway bar in it than it actually does, and maybe Michael can add on that. It's something you can do, but not something you normally see during the course of a race. But they're taking every action they can, that being Jeff Hensley, Ron Hornaday's crew chief, doing everything they can to get Hornaday tightened up.
Well, we saw underneath the hood of Ricky Carmichael's truck, unfortunately for Ricky, the size of that front sway bar that he had in the truck. I pointed it out. And the reason why they might change the preload on that sway bar is because they do a whole lot of the setup. A lot of how this truck handles in the corners is hinged around that sway bar. When it engages, when it disengages, how it actually works. So that's a real serious tool that they have that they use, but you rarely see them go to work on it during the course of a race because they've got it all figured out usually. This is a guy that's got it figured out at least.
And that shows how drastic of the steps they're taking with that 30 heat truck to try to make it better. He's not that far in front of this 18 truck here of Kyle Busch to go down a lap.
That would be surprising if Hornaday was going to lose a lap here at Dover. Ray.
And guys, that's the story I started to tell you just before Ricky Carmichael crashed. Keep in mind, yesterday afternoon, the 3 of Austin Dillon, the 2 of Kevin Harvick, and the 33 of Ron Hornaday all found that they had bent lower front control arms. What that means is there's so much force on that right front tire that it actually bent the part that holds the spring up. So those guys, all 3 of those trucks, went back to the setup plate and put different A-frames on yesterday. And that may mean that their entire practice from yesterday was actually all for naught.
Kyle Busch has a 2-second lead over Kevin Harvick. Those two coming in, it looked to be each other's nemesis. Who would come out on top? So far, it has been Kyle Busch able to pass Kevin Harvick for the lead, and now he has a 2.4-second lead over the 2 truck. Speed's coverage of the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series on Speed is brought to you by Touch of Gray. Gets rid of some gray, never all. In high definition by Funai. Funai, fun and innovative. Experience more at FunaiAmerica.com. And by AT&T. 11 previous races, 11 different winners. And how about some of the names on this list? Oh, whoops, Ted Musgrave, that celebration.
Winner on the ground. What, 11 different winners? Can you imagine that? And Kyle Busch there.
Back in 2005, Mark Martin going to victory lane. And then, starting in 2008, it's first-time winners.
3 years in a row.
Eric Almirola, the beneficiary of the problems for Kyle Busch a year ago. 6 times first-time winners have gone to victory lane at Martinsville, and then Dover and Homestead both have 5 first-time winners making it to victory lane.
And you know, we talked about it. There's some cars or trucks out, out on the racetrack right now that have 30 laps more fuel in them than does Kyle Busch. See Ron Hornaday right there in a battle with Ryan Sieg. And they are now a lap down. Ron Hornaday is a lap down.
They're battling for the lucky dog right now, so it's important for Hornaday to stay ahead of Sieg. But man, the way Kyle Busch is putting them away. They won't be in that position long.
Now Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, Parker Kligerman, Cole Witt, those 4 drivers, as we're completing lap 108, they will have to come to pit road probably in the next 20 laps.
It's getting down to the point they're thinking this about, you know, they got to make a plan what they're going to do on pit road, and that's going to throw a real wrench into this race. There's going to be guys on the track for, like you say, Phil, some 20-30 laps. After that, caution flies, changes the whole complexion of this baby.
The whole ball game now. They could do the wave around. We're going to be far enough into this race that I think that they can make it the rest of the way when they stop. So they would be able to stay out for the wave around and maybe stay back on the lead lap, but they would lose all the track. Cole Witt.
Sideways for the 60 of Cole Witt. He's able to catch it.
I wished I was his spotter now, for sure. I want to calm that kid down. But I like his aggression. I like the way he's going about it. But, you know, Phil, you talk about the caution flag flying and the race getting turned upside down. It is Friday the 13th, you know.
Yes, it is.
Anything could happen. The last time we raced on Friday the 13th, do you know who won?
I believe it was in Phoenix. Is that correct?
That's right.
Kevin Harvick?
Kevin Harvick won. But Friday the 13th is a crazy day. We've raced on Friday the 13th 5 previous times, and in those races we had 10 DNFs or more. So
really?
You never know when stuff's going to start going crazy around here.
We've already seen problems for a few different drivers early on in this race.
Remember, Kyle Busch last year was leading on a late restart, had a fuel pickup problem, thought he was going to win that race. We turned that race completely upside down. Eric Almirola ends up in victory lane.
Kyle Busch continues to pick him up and put him down. He has put all but the 18th place truck a lap down. Crazy things happening. Hornaday a lap down.
Yeah, and there comes his truck owner. Kevin Harvick down the bottom.
Kevin is now 6.4 seconds behind Kyle Busch on the racetrack. Running in the 2nd spot.
That's a butt whooping right there.
That is amazing what Kyle Busch is able to do, even to Kevin Harvick on this racetrack.
But you rarely see that 33 truck of Ron Hornaday struggle like it has here. What they run about since the last restart? About 30 or 40 laps, and then he gets lapped in that amount of time.
You think that Kevin Harvick is out there? I mean, he's a driver, and we saw him trying his best to get to Kyle Busch. You think Harvick, the owner, maybe is thinking, what's he doing? What are they doing better than us? Because we know you put those 2 in equal equipment, trucks that are set up exactly the same, they're going to run bumper to bumper.
Right.
Kyle Busch is driven away from him by those 6 seconds. That's got to make Kevin Harvick, the owner, wonder what they're missing.
And I think that's one of the reasons he's here. He felt like they may be a little bit behind with their equipment, and that's why he decided to run this race. And according to Kevin, this was 2 or 3 weeks in the making. He decided to come here and run this race to see where they are.
You got to remember one of the variables, too, that is a common between the 2 teams. Rick Wren. Rick Wren was with Kevin Harvick Incorporated, now with Kyle Busch Motorsports, and a lot of success here with KBM.
That's another one of those thorns under this man's saddle, too. He's not happy about that whole transaction. Watch him drive this thing, though. Look at his hands. Look at the effort that he puts into it down in the corner. He's not just down along for a ride. He's all over that steering wheel, back and forth on it, sideways a little bit, having to just drive that baby.
Let's watch and see if this truck going down in turn number 1 bottoms out. I thought I saw some sparks from underneath that thing from bottoming out here going in that corner. Didn't see it that time, but I'm pretty sure I saw it the time before. And when a truck's bottoming out, you really don't know which direction it's going to go.
And it looks like that splitter is slamming to the racetrack when he gets into the turn.
You can see there's a lot of delta between when he's flat, when he's on the straightaway, and when he goes into the corner. A big change. See if we can see anything there in slow motion.
Okay. See, look at his hands. Look at him working that steering wheel. And this is the truck that's running 2nd. Well, now he's running 3rd.
Running 3rd. There goes Cole Witt. Cole Witt goes to the bottom of the racetrack, takes the spot away from Kevin Harvick.
Look at the difference in the setups between the 60 and the 2 when they're on the straightaway. Cole Witt's truck doesn't do that big transition from the nose off the ground to down as he enters the corner. See how low his truck is? And look at Kevin's. It's coming up on the straightaway.
And we typically always see those KHI trucks with a great attitude. We normally see that truck looking like that 60 truck looks.
Yeah, the 60 truck looks right, and the 2 doesn't for some reason today. See how tight his truck is to the ground on the front?
Look at this one.
And look at that one jacked up.
At least 2 or 3 inches higher.
This is how Cole Witt took 2nd away from
Kevin and it
Harvick.
did bottom out.
There's that truck bottoming out, getting down in the corner. And then when it bottomed out like that, and that may have been more than a splitter, that looked like it might have been a cross member. Well, then your springs aren't working anymore because the thing's hitting solid on the racetrack. And that's why that truck went straight.
Yeah, it'll go straight, Phil, when it hits. And then when you got so much wheel in it, you push the gas down, then it wants to spin out. So when you bottom out, you have to deal with both those things. And you don't know what direction to tell your crew chief because you're like, well, it pushes on entry and it's loose off. What are we going to do?
Right now, the best plan for them would be to work on that truck and get up off the racetrack, and that might alleviate a lot of their problems.
Check out the attitude.
Yeah, check this out. Look how sealed the front of that truck is, right down on the ground. And then go back here to Harvick, and you can see his truck is up a good inch or two off the road.
And Crafton back behind them is just like the 60. His truck looks like the 60 with a nice attitude.
Very unusual to see this kind of a setup in one of those cage-eye trucks.
You talk about changes need to be made. They're about to happen because we're getting very close to green flag pit stops now. Kevin Harvick running in the third spot now. Cole Witt has closed the gap between he and the leader to 5.5 seconds. So Harvick back to third, Witt in second. Kyle Busch out in front. Ray.
Oh, Rick, we expect Kyle Busch to come to pit road on lap 125, and this is where that other fuel stop may really come in that we were telling you about. The 77, the 88, and others came to pit road. If we stay green here, the 18 has got to pit, and the 2 can't be far behind them because they both pitted at the same time on lap 47.
Yeah, as well as the second place truck of Cole Witt. He also pitted back on lap number 47. Matt Crafton right now may be in the driver's seat. He's running fourth right now, but he's the first truck that pitted back on lap number 74.
One huge benefit for Cole Witt is he has the Cup team that pitched for the 83 team pitting his truck tonight, so a little more experience for green flag pit stops.
He still has to get to pit road and then get off pit road.
That's right. Stay with us. More here on Speed. Welcome back. Green flag pit stops taking place. Kyle Busch now on pit road. Right.
Well, just before Kyle came down, the 5 of Travis Quapple did. He said, we're pretty good. I just need a little bit of adjustment to get off of the center a little bit better. Kyle Busch said, I need air pressure. Let's change the right front. I want to go down about a half a pound. So they will do that on this Traxxas Toyota. Mark down Kyle Busch coming to pit on lap 125. Now let's go to the other end and Hermie.
Yeah, thank you, Ray. Cole Witt has got his truck on pit road, 4 tires, no adjustments for these guys. The truck is a little bit free, but they think once he gets back in that clean air, he'll be able to maybe run down that 18 a little bit slow. They're trying to get the trash off the grill, but he's down and away with Sunoco fuel, Ray.
Kevin Harvick on his way down pit road. He's going to get a right front air pressure adjustment and 4 tires, maybe wedge also. And he has been talking on the radio about how much that splitter has been slamming. Now watch, the 29 is on the inside of the 2, and the 2 had to go fast to get by him. Here goes the bad boys buggies. They're going to go right sides here. This will be a 4-tire stop. Fuel is going in. And how about the 29, Hermie?
Yeah, the 29 of Parker Kligerman also has been on pit road. They made a chassis adjustment, a wedge adjustment, and got some Sunoco fuel. Waited on the fuel, cost them a little bit of time on pit road, Ray.
No adjustment for Austin Dillon, and just right side tires on that Bass Pro Shop Chevrolet. He said, don't touch it, leave it just how it is, and make sure you get it full of fuel.
Now, if we stay green, these guys can make it. Take a look. Austin coming onto pit road.
We talked about, Michael, how hard this pit road is to get on. He did a nice job of getting that truck woed in front of that first speed line.
With just 72 laps remaining in this race, it is Matt Crafton out in front. Matt will have to stop one more time, at least one more time, before the checkered flags fly. Let's go back down trackside to Ray.
Loose off is the call from Nelson Piquet, and that's been on both round of pit stops here. So they're also making right side air pressure adjustments, making sure they get that thing packed full of fuel. A little bit slow getting around to the right rear. They'll hang those tires and get it on for that. Chevrolet, and Nelson Piquet joins back into the race.
Matt Crafton, Joey Coulter, Johnny Sauter, David Starr, and Justin Lofton are your top 5. Starr has second away from, you see the 22 of Joey Coulter onto pit road now. And let's hear more about that from Ray.
Rick, I have to tell you, Joey Coulter is one of the only trucks that I've heard today who said he's really tight. So they're trying to free him up a little bit while everybody else is trying to tighten up their trucks. They'll hang all the tires here on the RCR Chevrolet. And as he's doing that, we look down the other end of pit road. Johnny Sauter getting 4 tires on his Carrier.com Chevrolet. Sauter said it feels to him like his front springs aren't even in the truck. He said that thing just bounces so horribly when he goes through the center of the corner, having a hard time keeping a hold of the steering wheel.
Right now, only 8 trucks on the lead lap because Matt Crafton has been able to stay on the racetrack after making that pit stop on a latter caution than a lot of these guys. Only 8 trucks right now showing on the lead lap.
Well, what Crafton has to deal with too, Phil, he's running about a second slower than some of the guys that pitted, so half a second at least on some laps more. But he's going to lose all that time if he stays on the track. So at some point he's going to have to say, all right, I'm going to wait forever for a caution and risk it, or he's going to have to short pit, come in, get his tires and get his gas when he gets to a point where he knows he can make it to the finish, and that's now.
Johnny Sauter is being told he has a pass-through penalty. He was too fast entering. It was the 4th segment on pit road that he got caught going too fast, and so he will have to come to pit road. You just saw the black flag being shown to the 13.
Well, when coming down pit road here under green, when you lap this track at 24.5 seconds, is going to be at least another full lap.
3,400.
So the black flag being shown to the 13. He will slow, come on to pit road for a pass-through penalty under green flag conditions. Very difficult for Johnny Sauter.
Look how slow he's got to get that truck to be at pit road speed. And remember, the lap before that, he was running up towards 170 miles an hour down the corner and got to bring that baby to about a halt.
And this is excruciating for Johnny Sauter, especially knowing that it's a penalty. Coming down pit road is one thing for a pit stop, but when you're doing it a pass-through for a penalty, it's just demoralizing.
So Johnny Sauter makes that slow trek down pit road while Matt Crafton continues to set the pace.
Something's wrong with Cole Witt.
Cole Witt in the 60. Remember, he just came in.
Let him plant herself off.
Yeah, he got up in
Way
the...
to stay with it there.
He tried to wreck again.
They're about to.
Cole Witt was running second to Kyle Busch.
we will vouch for him.
Yeah.
Hell of a thing.
But I can't get alongside anybody.
So remember, the 18 of Kyle Busch came out just in front of Cole Witt. There's the gap now between those two. You saw Cole Witt is behind Kyle Busch, but it's about a half a lap now where it was 5.5 seconds.
Well, Rick Phil talked about how difficult it is getting it on and off of pit road. Kyle Busch did it in a hurry. I'm sure the teams probably were within a second of each other, but the time you lose getting to pit road and off pit road, evidently Cole had a little bit more trouble than Kyle did.
And that's where you can't beat that experience. Kyle, how many times has Kyle Busch come to pit road on this racetrack? Here comes Matt Crafton, our leader. He's going to finally give it up and come down pit road. 62 laps to go. We know he can make it from here.
David Starr out in front of the field now. Let's go trackside to Hermie.
Yeah, we're watching Matt Crafton bring this Menard Chevy to pit road. He stayed out, as Phil said, to lap 138. They're definitely going to get 4 tires filled up with Sunoco fuel. Matt hadn't said a whole lot on the radio the last 10 to 15 laps, but prior to that, he has had a loose race car, and I'm told no chassis adjustment, a half a pound of air in the left rear, 4 tires of fuel for Matt Crafton.
David Starr, track record holder here at the Monster Mile, but he's never been to Victory Lane here at this concrete mile.
Did you notice the truck right in front of the 81? That's the 18 of Kyle Busch. And what that means is Kyle Busch is on the lead lap right now because he's right in front of our leader.
Tail end of the lead lap. Johnny Sauter had troubles, had to come to pit road. Right now, no problems for the 81 of David Starr leading here at Dover. Friday the 13th, if you're superstitious, that could mean bad things. Well, Travis Quapple, things are happening once again for that team.
Yeah, his splitter is broken. We talked about Travis getting on track, had a really strong truck, but he's lost all of his front downforce here. He's just not being able to turn the truck with that thing broken. And then the other problem, Phil, is hanging on that left front tire.
I'm worried about that thing breaking off and blowing out that left front tire. I think NASCAR officials obviously are watching our pictures here and monitoring that closely. I think that thing is going to have to come off at some point. It's going to get caught on that left front tire and it's going to snatch it off there.
Well, you have to wonder too if it won't wear through that left front tire if it's rubbing up against it. Shouldn't take long either. Running along in the 20th spot is Quapple.
Johnny Sauter again having to come to pit road, trying to go by Travis Quapple. Out in front right there, David Starr in the 81. Shane Sieg running second. Timothy Peters, Johanna Long, Brendan Gaughan, Ryan Sieg, all in the top 6.
Don't you just love Friday the 13th? We got this baby all mixed up right now.
And they can run probably, I would guess, another 10 laps or so. They've only run 72 laps since their last pit stop. The top 6 we're talking about, I would think they could run at least another 10, 12 laps, because we had some a couple laps after they made their pit stop running slow. We'll gain them a little bit of fuel.
So again, the splitter still a problem for Travis Kvapil, and up into the wall almost. It looks like something happened with that 5.
I'd say that's splitter down.
Yeah. Cut a tire down.
Tire down. 7-8, you guys.
I'd say that splitter finally cut that left front tire down. Very, very fortunate that he didn't get in the outside wall. Very fortunate.
And it won't bring the caution out, so we continue under green flag conditions with just 52 laps to go. David Starr still out front.
It's going to ruin Travis Kvapil's day.
Yeah, because they got to do a little bit of repair work there. That'll just happen again. Did it come off?
I think it's still there. I think it just, as you mentioned, just wore through that left front tire. See, right underneath that left front tire.
And then all of a sudden, it won't turn, it won't turn.
Up the racetrack he goes, and your race leader goes by.
A slow deflation of that left front tire, which is so much better than a rapid deflation.
That usually results in contact.
Trying to get the jack underneath that truck so they can get the left side tires off. They pull the splitter off, throw it back over the wall.
That thing came off awful easy because it riding around there at 170 miles an hour draggy.
Couldn't fall off out on the track. Some of those guys were hoping for a caution, obviously needing it before the pits. Hermie, that's happening though. They're down on pit road.
Yeah, David Starr is here, lap 150. He's going right side tires only, Michael, and 1 can of Sunoco fuel to try to gain some track position.
That's a good call. If that 1 can of fuel is enough to get into the end.
1 can of fuel might be close.
I'm adding it up in my head. It's really close.
Fuel can still 11 gallons.
Probably 12
gallons. So you're able to put in more than half of a tank of fuel.
Trouble. Pulse hitter's slow for some reason. Our pulse hitter.
Or is that Craig Ghost in the 46 maybe?
Look who's leading.
That's our leader right
out
there.
in front of this field. That's the 20 of Johanna Long.
She's going to come to pit road, it looks like. She better hurry up and slow down if she is.
That's Matt Crafton just unlapping himself, as well as the 22 of Joey Coulter.
Right.
How loose do you think Timothy Peters is? Well, watch on the rear end. They'll go to the track bar and 3 rounds down here as they're going to put 4 tires on this number 17. That's a big adjustment. One big swing here at lap 152. 4 tires on for Peters. They were not very good in practice yesterday, and he said so far this truck has responded just about the way they expected.
6 different trucks have led the field. One of those being Johanna Long, and she comes to pit road now, but those are the first laps she's ever led in the Camping World Truck Series. Hermie.
Let's give Johanna Long a shout out. Leading laps here at Dover. Same strategy as David Starr. 2 right side tires and 1 can of Sunoco fuel for Johanna Long.
And with these round of pit stops back in front, it's the 18 of Kyle Busch. Now running second, Ron Hornaday, who had the ill-handling truck early in this race, is 7.9 seconds back. He last pitted on lap 77, so he will have to make his way onto pit road shortly. Kyle Busch back out front. Welcome back. Lucas Oil 200 under its 5th caution, this time for debris. There is the splitter that we have seen so much of, and pit road is open. We go to Hermie Sadler.
What a break for Ron Hornaday. The pit cycle allowed him to get back on the lead lap, get back up to second. They are worried about the field. He's coming down. They're going to take a rubber out of the right rear, 4 tires and Sunoco fuel. Ray?
Down on my end, Kyle Busch came in. They said for sure we're going to go with tires here. It'll be 4 tires and fuel. The 22 whizzes by him. We also see the 3 of Austin Dillon in right there. Now on the bottom of the screen you see Kevin Harvick. They said get just enough fuel in it to make sure we can go the distance, and a green white checkered, and there's going to possibly be contact. Kyle Busch got jammed in to try to get around the 22, and he will not be the first truck off of pit road.
How about Jay White in the 23 Gunbroker truck is the first truck off pit road. Little pit strategy there. Got to be 2 tires for Jason White.
Did you see who came off second? Cole Witt. Cole Witt came off in front of Kyle Busch.
And they all came off at the same time. Watch this, Rick. Kyle Busch goes to pull out. There wasn't much room there.
And that's a heads-up move by Eric Phillips to let him know, hey, they're side by side when you pull out. Don't pull out any more than one lane. Had he not done that, he would have run into Jason White.
We were 3 wide on pit road at Dover, and that used to not work. It worked that time, though, for a second.
3 wide on pit road. We've seen 2 and 3 wide here on the racetrack. Stay with us. The restart here on Speed. On Saturday, May 21st, the stars come out and those gloves will come off for the NASCAR Sprint All-Star Race on Speed. The best of the best will lay it all on the line in a no-holds-barred 100-lap dash for $1 million payday. That's NASCAR Sprint All-Star Race Saturday, May 21st, live and only on Speed, the Motorsports Authority.
Hey, Rick, I think the gloves are already off.
They come off. I'll tell you, anytime we go to Charlotte for that All-Star Race, it's a fight to the finish.
Can you imagine? Okay, it's 100 laps, and we're going to pay you $1 million. How are you going to keep your gloves on with that? If that's the scenario you're lined up
You
with?
might start without your gloves.
Out in front of this field, it's the 23 of Jason White, Herbie.
Yeah, and these guys have taken advantage of really having a lot of issues with this truck. He has been so loose since this race started, and they have come down pit road every possible chance to try to tighten this truck up. They came back in. They were 3 laps from having to come in under green to get more fuel, so they got a break there, came in, 2 tires and a track bar adjustment for Jason White to get him up front, Ray.
Well, Hermie, when we look back at Kyle Busch's record here at this track, remember last year they had a fuel pump problem. A year before that, it was a tire went down with about 5 to go. The transmission went bad before that, and Kyle just came on the radio and said, I sure hope we didn't find another way to lose a race here at Dover.
We've had a couple trucks penalized here. Kevin Harvick was busted for speeding coming in to the pits. He's going to have to restart from the tail end of the longest line, as well as the 5 of Travis Quapple. There's Travis. We know Travis has already had problems. Kevin Harvick, a contender for the win here, but now he's going to lose all his track position.
Green flag back in the air. Jason White, Cole Witt, 1 and 2.
You think these 2 will make it back ahead of Kyle Busch?
Cole Witt looks like he's going to. Cole Witt with a great restart. Jason White way up the racetrack. Witt will try to hold off that 18 going down the backstretch.
I'm going to say he won't be able to do that, but maybe so.
2 tires, remember, on that 60 Red Bull Chevrolet of Cole Witt. I think he's going to beat him to the line, Michael.
Cole Witt, race leader here at Dover. So he adds his number to the list of drivers that have been out front.
Parker Kligerman with a great run, running 3rd right now. There's Ron Hornaday. Is probably as bad a truck as Ron Hornaday's ever had at a racetrack, and here he is running up in the 4th position.
Cole Witt, Kyle Busch, Ron Hornaday, Parker Kligerman, Austin Dillon into top 5. Harvick had to restart at the back of the field.
And we had 13 waiver rounds there when we got ready to restart this race.
A lot of trucks trying to stay on the lead lap here.
Now we end up with 17 trucks on the lead lap.
Timothy Peters in the 17, running in that 17th position. Austin Dillon to the inside of the 33.
As his teammate Joey Coulter right behind him. They're trying to take over the 4th and 5th positions.
And this is one of those days where Ron Hornaday wished the race would just end right now. I mean, he knows that he's in a position to steal something that he couldn't have gotten because his truck wasn't as good as he needed it to be. But darn, every lap that goes by and trucks are passing you, it's frustrating for a champion guy like Ron Hornaday to have a truck like that today.
Joey Coulter on the inside of the 88 of Matt Crafton. Those 2 side by side.
He's hanging tough with Austin Dillon, who's a quasi teammate. Both the chassis come out of RCR and the bodies are done, I believe, at KHI. All the engines done at Earnhardt Childress Engines.
Whoa, I think I'll slip up in front of you there, Ron.
Decided he'd take that. Oh, look at Hornaday continuing to chase that truck up the racetrack.
Got to run. 1 back.
Loses 2 more positions. Now he has Johnny Sauter in his sights. Johnny is the first truck 1 lap down, so he desperately needs a caution flag right now to get back in contention. Remember the penalty he had. He was busted for his green flag pit stop speeding on pit road. That puts him a lap down.
He's 1 lap down. He is running in the 18th spot, just in front of him. Timothy Peters running 17th, but it's Cole Witt able to hold off the 18 of Kyle Busch. And as a matter of fact, almost a 2nd lead now for Cole Witt. Kyle Busch runs 2nd. Kligerman is 3rd. Austin Dillon fourth, and Matt Crafton in fifth. Can we have another first-time winner happen here at Dover? Will it be Cole Witt looking for his first win? He is due. He has run well all of 2011, and it might happen today. Like racing? Like money? Who doesn't like money? Like speed on Facebook for your chance to win $10,000. Watch the NASCAR Sprint All-Star Race on Speed May 21st to get a special code that'll give you more chances to win. With 10 grand on the line, what's not to like?
Well, who doesn't like speed?
Who doesn't like
contact?
Speed? Little contact there. We're riding along with Kevin Harvick in that Bad Boys buggy.
Justin Lofton got in the back of the 66 of Justin Marks. Turned him sideways.
Kevin Harvick seeing more than he's maybe seen in a long time here today. I mean, just all up in the middle of the traffic, went to the back, and that's the kind of action you got to fight through when you go to the back.
Clear.
That's a good word.
To the last
Clear.
lap. Cole Witt, Kyle Busch, very, very similar lap times. There's the contact right here.
Justin Lofton was trying to get in a hole that wasn't quite there. You got to appreciate his enthusiasm, but unless you're Justin Marks, but then you don't appreciate it at all. There wasn't a hole there.
Again, Kevin Harvick having to restart at the back. Problems on pit road. Cole Witt out in front of Kyle Busch by 0.6 of a second, but Austin Dillon just ran his fastest lap of the race on lap 168. So Austin Dillon running fourth right now, but closing in on these top three.
He actually improved it. Now a lap 170 for Austin Dillon.
Wow.
His truck is peaking at the right time.
Cole Witt, he ran his fastest lap on lap 165, so not that far back.
Yeah, in the last couple of laps, that man there has cut into that lead of Cole Witt, took another 1/10 of a second away there on the previous lap, and closing in on our leader.
Regardless, with 28 laps to go, and we've talked about Cole Witt all year long. How impressive has that 19-year-old been?
Very impressive, as we see the 31 of James Buescher go by that 33 of Ron Hornaday.
Sheriff and I on board for James Buescher. That moves him up into the 8th position, moves Ron back to 9th.
Strong run for David Starr today. He's back in 10th. Justin Marks is 11th, and here comes Kevin Harvick. He's up to 12th.
27 laps to go. We see Harvick trying to go by that 66. Our pole winner today, Justin Marks, taking the 11th spot, or trying to take that 11th spot away.
But Phil, if Justin Marks can just finish 11th, 12th, just solid day after setting on the pole after a successful test they had at Rockingham a week or so ago, where he felt like the communication between he and his crew chief, his team, improved 100%, we could see some good stuff out of this cat this year.
Absolutely, a step in the right direction for sure.
But he's got his hands full to finish in the 11th or 12th spot. Look at that battle.
Two really good trucks behind him. Nelson Piquet Jr., that 8 truck, he's going to try to get by. May make it 3 wide for a moment.
Nelson Piquet Jr. in the middle, 3 wide. Justin Marks on his outside. Nelson Piquet Jr. with another good run. Back-to-back good runs for that 8.
That was aggressive.
Sure was. He drove it down in that corner.
But it's time to go. 24 to go. He clears this battle. He can go up and get him part of that top 10 maybe.
The gap continues to close between Cole Witt and Kyle Busch. Now 0.4 of a second separating the top 2. And there's the distance.
That's what it looks like right there. Last time by, Kyle Busch just a couple of hundredths faster than Cole. This time, Cole a little bit faster again. They flip-flop back and forth. Which guy can run a faster lap? So what a great battle we've got here.
And let's don't forget that 3rd place truck right now, Parker Kligerman, a 9th place effort at Texas last year, his career best. He's looking for a great.
Oh, we got a crash on the first
Justin
straightaway.
Lofton in the 77 into the wall hard.
Hold the brake there.
That was that battle we talked about, man.
All right.
That brings out caution number 6 and will bunch the field up once again.
All right.
Justin reaching and taking the win in that down. So you get inside of 25 laps to go. You have a good run going. Justin running up in the top 12 or 13 positions, looking maybe to work his way up into the top 10, and this is how your day is going to end.
It's a shame. Solid day all day long.
Take a look at what happened.
It just gets loose. It just gets behind the steering, and we talk about this racetrack with those 9-degree straightaways.
last year here at Dover. Phil, he got his career best finish too. He was 3rd. Today,
looks like he almost had it saved there in about the 3rd time around, and then hard into the inside wall, front end back. It's going to be a break for Kevin Harvick. It's going to give him some track position back after restarting that race from the back of the pack.
Wonder if Harvick will come in maybe and get some tires or mix things up any.
And Justin Lofton not happy, obviously, as he got into the ambulance.
That was a serious battle those guys were having. Even got 3 wide at one point. So obviously he felt like somebody wasn't playing right.
Yeah, but when the incident happened, he was by himself. There was no contact from any other truck. He had dropped back 3 or 4 truck lengths from the 66 of Justin Marks.
There's a good shot of it.
There he is right there.
Who was he mad at?
Brendan Gaughan that was behind him, but he was 2 truck lengths behind him when they were going through 3 and 4.
Well, something like this happens, you're mad. I mean, you're mad at somebody. And a lot of times you're mad at yourself, but it's a lot easier to take it out on somebody else. Just frustration for Justin Marks.
6 times this race has been slowed. And this time it is the 77 of Justin Marks who comes off at turn 4 and into the inside wall. With under 20 laps remaining, let's take a look at the Ram guts and glory for this race here at the Monster Mile, and it has to go to Ricky Carmichael. Oh my goodness.
Saw that hard contact to the outside wall. There's another view.
You know, when I see something like that, it just makes me want to hug the folks from NASCAR, the folks that developed the safer barrier. Just knowing the result would have been much different had we have not made all the advances we have in safety. Ricky would not have walked away from that crash at that angle 10 years ago. There's no way.
Ricky Carmichael was Ram tough in our guts and glory. So Ricky Carmichael with a destroyed truck, not the finish that he wanted from this race, but could we have our 4th in a row first-time winner at Dover with Cole Witt?
I think their trucks right now are really equal. The 60 truck of Cole Witt and the 18 truck of Kyle Busch. Hermie?
Yeah, just quickly on Cole Witt, obviously stayed on the racetrack. All the talk from he and his crew chief has been about this restart. He wants to take the outside, and they said make sure to pin him down coming off turn 2.
That's the strategy. We'll see if he can make it work.
Kyle Busch runs the first lap or 2 of a restart better than anyone I've ever seen.
Into the gas they go. Green flag back in the air. Cole Witt on the outside. Kyle Busch on the inside. Jason White slow on the restart. Kyle Busch with a great restart. He'll battle for the lead as they come out of turn 2.
I thought that restart was possibly going to be Cole Witt's downfall. It's not that he did anything wrong, but as you mentioned, there's nobody that can run that first lap, I don't think, in racing today like Kyle Busch can.
Yeah, he's like Ryan Horn today. Ryan, you know, we always give him credit for shifting gears so well, but he runs wide open for a lap or 2 after restart no matter where we're at. I think that was a case where Kyle Busch just took that first turn wide open. He had the shorter distance. He left the gas pedal on the floor, got him the lead off too. About spun out doing it, but he did it.
Joey Coulter trying to take 5th back away from Matt Crafton. Crafton now, a problem for Craig Ghost. He's in the wall hard. 7th caution comes out.
Hold it, Craig. Get down if you can here. Get down, get down, get down. All right, guys, we got damage here.
A lot of damage.
10-4.
So the 7th caution comes out. We have just 15 laps remaining.
Still, we get to do it all over again, but this time we'll have Kyle Busch on the outside.
Yeah, and then plus we're going to have Parker Klickerman on the inside, or excuse me, on the inside,
right behind
Cole Witt, and Witt doesn't like it down there on the inside. So, and Klickerman was really gaining on Cole, so it could be a really interesting finish, or it's going to be, not could be.
Craig Ghost pulls up to the inside of the 93 truck of Shane Sieg.
Oh man,
that there wasn't real estate there for him.
It looks like Shane kind of was coming down the hill.
There was a little bit of room for Shane to be up higher than he was. I don't know if
it was after the contact was made and Craig made contact with the outside wall.
Does a good job hanging on to it. Is that feeling a lot like Friday the 13th to y'all? Trucks crashing?
To get there. Lucky number 7 as far as cautions come out. So our 7th caution, under 15 laps of racing remain. Kyle Busch out front, Cole Witt running 2nd. Kyle Busch with a great restart was able to take the lead away from Cole Witt. While Cole Witt was running up front, Kyle Busch wasn't really able to close the gap on him, but on that restart he was able to take the lead away.
It's that clean air we've been talking about. The 60 of Cole Witt had that clean air prior to the previous caution coming out.
17 trucks on the lead lap. Jason White running 17th. We saw him slow because of problems. Kyle Busch could be the first repeat winner at Dover. Stay with us.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
Who will have the winning touch today? Well, quite a few drivers have already won as far as keeping the trucks off the wall with ill-handling trucks.
There's Cole Witt right there, really sideways. There's Brendan Gaughan getting sideways under his teammate. There's another view of Cole Witt, that 60 truck.
This racetrack's crazy. I mean, it's a hard racetrack to drive, and we're seeing guys right on the edge of control.
I don't remember ever seeing as many people struggle for control as we are today.
All the drivers seem to have the winning touch by Just for Men, touch of gray. Welcome back, Lucas Oil 200 here on Speed, your motorsports authority. As we wind down, it will be 9 laps of racing to go when they get back to the stripe. Kyle Busch,
what's he doing on the inside, Michael?
He chose the inside line.
Because he got the lead down there, so he likes it. He's going to try to do that again. But maybe Cole Witt, you know, you talked about those trucks were pretty even, but the experience behind the wheel is way in Kyle Busch's favor. Maybe that one restart, Cole Witt learned enough where he can put something on Kyle Busch here.
Kyle Busch trying to defend the fact that he is the youngest winner in Camping World Truck Series history. Cole Witt just 19 years, 10 months, and 21 days old.
So it's in Kyle Busch's hands. He can do it.
All in Kyle Busch's hands. We'll see if he can hold him off. Coming out of turn 4. Green flag back in the air. We're underway. 9 laps of racing to go.
Kyle able to clear Cole Witt. Brings Parker Kligerman up the inside of Cole Witt.
He's going to get loose down there.
He's fighting the steering wheel, trying to retain control, and he does it.
He's still under him, too. That means he's going to have another chance to get loose down here in 3.
Parker Kligerman just 20 years old.
There he
goes Parker Kligerman right in front of the field. Kligerman goes around into the outside wall. They stay green.
No caution, let's go.
And the caution flag comes out now.
Parker trying so hard.
Rick Wren, almost a smile on his face.
He's
can you believe we got to do this again?
He's thinking, is it almost over?
There's Marcus Richmond there. Stacy Compton, who's team owner. Marcus, the crew chief. So we got another shot at him.
And this is valuable experience for Cole Witt. Now he has 2 restarts under his belt that weren't successful. He wasn't able to maintain the lead, and he almost lost second here.
Michael, you said he had another shot to go down there and get loose. There he does. He gets loose. They may have made slight contact, but he was already sideways.
Yeah, he just drove it in there way too hard, and you could tell when he went through turn 1 and 2, he was determined to take that spot away. But it's just so difficult, and these young cats don't know that yet.
It's very difficult, unless you're in this situation before, to know what's going to happen. That happened to Parker Kligerman. There's going to be a little contact with the 3 right there of Austin Dillon. You see the damage to that right front corner of Austin Dillon's truck. Don't know if he's going to have to come down pit road. Here's Kevin Harvick's onboard camera. You see Parker turning sideways.
Stay low, stay low. Come on, stay low. Still green. Still green.
The run Brendan Gaughan had on the outside. There's Johanna Long.
Why's she sitting there?
Stopped on pit road.
What do you want me to do? Wait for the cops to get you. You're right to wait on a push here. Got one coming to you.
Little confusion there.
Yeah. Somehow she's, I don't know if she stalled on pit road. Looks like she must be stalled on pit road.
See the damage there to the Kligerman truck, and there's the damage to Austin Dillon's truck. Spotters have been up top saying that we think it's okay or it's not. I believe I'd have to pit there, Phil. The whole right front is broken loose, so when you put the air to that thing, once they throw the green flag, it'll all cave in on that tire.
Austin right now running in the 3rd spot. We know we have 16 trucks on the lead lap. He doesn't want to give up that track position.
I don't think it would hurt.
I think we may roll the dice. That's Andy Houston, the spotter. I think he might stay out and roll the dice.
We saw a glimpse of Richard Childress, grandfather to Austin Dillon. There you see Johanna Long being pushed into the garage area. Aaron's lucky dog goes to the 39. So Ryan Sieg will get a lap back. 17 will be on the lead lap when we get ready to restart. They'll be side by side once again. Kyle Busch and Cole Witt. Can Cole Witt take down Kyle Busch today? The NASCAR Camping World Truck Series on Speed is brought to you by the Rally, powered by Camping World, the Dish Network. The Rally is the largest RV event in America. Visit www.therally.com for more information. By Dollar General. Get your favorite brands for race day. Visit Dollar General. Save time, save money every day. And by Ram Trucks. Designed, tested, and proven to be the best trucks we've ever built. Ram.
It's all come to this. Got about a 3-lap dash for it.
3 laps will remain when they get to the stripe.
It's not a green-white checkered.
This is for the advertised distance of 200 laps.
I'm not sure there won't be one though.
Is there any way Cole Witt can withstand the jump that Kyle Busch had that last time? Can he anticipate that a little bit maybe and try to go a little bit earlier?
Well, like we said, he's had 2 tries at it. He's learned each time. Let's see what he does on the 3rd.
Kyle Busch, Cole Witt, Austin Dillon, Matt Crafton, Joey Coulter top 5. How about Harvick? He's made his way back to top 6. And as they come out of turn number 4, green flag back in the air. A great restart for both the trucks. The 18 and the 60 side by side at the stripe.
Dead even at the stripe, side by side into one. Kyle Busch just drives it in there, never lifts.
Cole Witt trying to hang on now as Austin Dillon looks to his inside for second.
See, that fender tore all to pieces on that 3 truck, but he's driving it like it's not.
Cole Witt drove it hard down into turn number 3. He didn't want to replay what happened the last time with Parker Kligerman.
2 laps to go. The gap between Kyle Busch and Cole Witt almost 0.4 of a second. Can he eliminate that distance in just 2 laps?
And will he become the first multiple-time winner here at Dover?
That could be what Kyle Busch has in store for him.
He's already the only multi-winner this year. 2 victories for Kyle Busch. He's taking the white flag, looking for the 3rd one.
White flag goes in the air. 1 more mile here at Dover. Looking for the weekend sweep as well. He's got to start it off right here in the Truck Series. And big crash. Nelson Piquet Jr. and Timothy Peters. That will bring out. Well, right now we haven't seen the caution, but it is out, so that makes it official. Kyle Busch will win at Dover, the first repeat winner in 12 years.
What an amazing drive by Cole Witt, though, to end up with a runner-up finish. Led this race, showed how strong he was, ends up with his career best finish of 2nd.
Matt Crafton, 3rd. Austin Dillon, Harvick up to 5th. You see Nelson Piquet Jr. out of his truck.
Last
17 of Timothy Peters climbing out of his truck as well.
Last week, Piquet celebrated his best finish, runner-up at the last race in Nashville, and then today on the last lap, winds up down in the infield, tore all to pieces.
Timothy Peters finished 3rd at that race at Nashville.
Talking a little bit about what happened. You notice they're both leaving their helmets on right now.
There's a bit of a language barrier here, so.
So the caution comes out for this.
Oh, wow. 3 wide.
Yeah. See, Timothy Peters could not turn left because Johnny Sauter was there, and I don't think that Nelson Piquet Jr. realized that they were 3 wide. Maybe the spotter didn't tell him that they were 3 wide.
Look how hard those trucks hit. Look at all that sheet metal buckling. Great camera work, guys, showing the slow motion impact. It looks innocent enough, but darn, they hit hard.
They just jump up off the racetrack when they make contact with that outside wall.
Let me back up. That didn't look innocent enough at all. That looks like a crazy crash. Watch Piquet's truck up in the air. You can tell there how serious that is.
And that was a real hard hit for the 17 of Timothy Peters, too.
Another trip to victory lane for Eric Phillips, Ray.
And this victory, number 22 in his career, moves him ahead of Mike Hillman Jr. When I visited your shop in February, you said Dover was the big circle on your calendar. Why?
We had such a good truck here last year, so dominant and come up short. Been close here a few times. This place is one of those places you want to win at. You know, here, Bristol, Daytona. That trophy here is probably one of the coolest ones here. And Kyle's never won a truck race here, and he wanted it so bad. We kind of screwed up his deal for the 3 wins in a weekend here in the spring. Made some mistakes, and we want to come back and redeem ourselves.
All right, congratulations. Go enjoy it. And what he was saying was Kyle never won a truck race on the weekend when he dominated both other divisions.
Kyle Busch becoming the first ever repeat winner at this racetrack.
That's a sight that we've gotten pretty accustomed to seeing, isn't it? An 18 car or truck in victory lane after the race.
Win number 27 for Kyle Busch in just his 90th start. That is his 96th NASCAR win, which ties Mark Martin for 5th all time in wins in the top 3 series of NASCAR. And when he climbed out of his truck, there were cheers from the crowd, which he's become accustomed to hearing as well. Welcome back to Dover International Speedway. The Lucas Oil 200 in the books, and in victory lane, it's Kyle Busch once again, right?
And Kyle's getting ready to climb out of this Traxxas Toyota right now, the winner of the Lucas Oil 200. Back in victory lane, the first repeat winner in Camping World Trucks at the Monster Mile. For about 24 laps, Kyle, I saw that 60 out front, and I'm wondering to myself, is Kyle Busch just laying back there for him, or was it the restart that made the big difference?
Well, I was waiting for him a little bit and seeing how the long run would play out and making sure that I would save a little bit of something so I could run him down and try to pass him. But he was fast out there, man, and I'll tell you what, I was working for it, but I was reeling him in a little bit at a time. You know, I was kind of coming a little bit there at the end of it, but 4 for 4 for Traxxas, man. I can't say enough about these guys at Kyle Busch Motorsports, and this Traxxas Toyota Tundra was awesome today. So thank M&M's and Flexco, Dollar General, Triad, Butler Seats, Camping World, and the fans. You know, it's fun to come out here. We love racing in here in this series like this and having fun. And I'll tell you what, you know, Cole Witt's got something going on. You know, he's probably got some good talent there, and looked like he did a really, really nice job. And on my last restart, man, he had me. He left just with me. You know, I didn't get away from him at all. So we just had a fast enough speed through 1 and 2 where we beat him. But also want to thank DuPont and, you know, Joe Gibbs Driven Racing Oil, Triad Engines.
Got a lot of sponsors in there. Hey, check out the truck. I wonder if Kyle has a little mini victory lane over there at his shop. Hermie?
Well, Kevin Harvick, you guys had an up and down day, came back from a speeding penalty, passed a lot of trucks, and got back up to a top 5.
Yeah, I took us out of the race there. Just want to thank everybody from Bad Boy Buggies for supporting our Chevrolet and all these guys on this team. We had a really, really loose truck all day. And then with the adjustments that we made, it started banging the splitter, getting into one, and then it wore it in half there. So we still had a shot, and then I got the pit road speeding there, just pushing it too hard.
Well, that's Kevin Harvick. He came back to make a decent day out of it after a penalty.
Take a look at our AT&T call of the race. Take a look at this last restart.
What a great job by Cole Witt, Phil. You know, he got Kyle Busch's attention. Cole left with Kyle and went down into turn 1 side by side.
Yeah, but Kyle said he had me, but then he was able just to hold that thing down. We know Kyle Busch, he more than likely ran that corner wide open, and that gave him just enough cushion to beat him off turn 2.
That was the AT&T call of the race. Rick Wren again celebrating.
Look at that young man there.
Yep. On top of the pit box. Kyle Busch once again getting the NOS energy drink shower in victory lane. And really impressive performance by second place Cole Witt. He's with Hermie.
Matt Crafton come on with a 3rd place finish today. Is like these races, I always talk about the race in general and those last couple of restarts with one of the best in the business in Kyle Busch.
You know, I mean, I guess running second to Kyle is almost like winning nowadays. But, I mean, we wanted to win, but we got a good points day, you know, and this turn 1 team's really turning around. Even Justin Marks running a top 10, so turn 1 coming home, you know, 2 top 10s is awesome. And, you know, I can't say enough about these guys, how much we've turned around. And we just keep running better and better, man. And I'm looking forward to Charlotte, going out and having another good run. And this Red Bull Fuel Doctor Chevrolet number 60, man, it's been spot on. And we've been having fun, so that's the best part about it.
You're definitely, the way you guys are running, will have that opportunity with him again on those restarts because he's tough to beat on those. Anything that you guys learned or you as a driver learned that you would do different or better next time?
You know, I think I had a pretty good second one, but, you know, it just seemed like he could hold the inside better than we could. You know, I was happy he was taking the inside because we had to be on the outside. I mean, I'm surprised we made it to the finish. I had one time where I thought I lost it, but, or actually a few times. But anyways, I mean, our truck was just real loose on the bottom, so, you know, it was worked out good. He took the bottom, and we just tried to roll the outside, and I got better and better at the restarts, you know, picking up with what he was doing. And he just could get through the first gear so much better. Like, you know, our second gear, he could get through there really good, and our 3 to 4 was fine, you know, but he could just get up to speed quicker from the initials. So that was the hardest part to keep up with him, but we're learning.
That's Cole Witt. What a great day for these guys. He comes home P2.
Take a look at the point standings. Coming in, it was Johnny Sauter who was your point leader. Now his teammate has moved right by and up to the top of the charts. It's Matt Crafton, then Johnny Sauter. Cole Witt, career best finish for him, moves to 3rd in the point standings.
Yeah, and any one of those top 6 when we go to Charlotte, Rick, could leave there with the point lead. That's how tight the battle is for the championship in the Camping World Truck Series. How cool is that?
And you got Ron Hornaday lurking right there in the 4th position. You keep him with a shot at it, you know he's going to be tough.
Brendan Gaughan moved into the top 10 with his impressive 7th place finish today. Let's go back to Hermie.
Austin Dillon comes on 4th. A lot of damage to the front of this truck. Did that concern you at the end of the race?
You know, I came over the radio and just told him it didn't really matter what damage we had. We had to go on the last restart, and I was actually pretty good on the restarts today, usually not my strong suit, and I was pushing people all day, and just got that first corner. I think it made me a little tight. I held it wide open, but you know, Cole and the 29 got into it that last corner. I didn't want to chance it there at the end. We had a rough start. You know, we were terrible at the beginning of the race, loose, and I'm really proud of Danny for adjusting on it, getting us better, and getting us to where we finished today. I had to really work hard out there, and it was a good run for the Bass Pro Shop Chevy to come back for a 4th. It's a good points day for us.
Yeah, good points today. He finishes 4th today here at Dover. Rick?
Thank you, Hermie. Take a look at our unofficial results. Kyle Busch back to victory lane. Again, that is his 3rd win of the 2011 season, and he's only run in 5 races.
Yeah, and that's half of all the races we've had, too, by the way.
Yeah, and on the just quickly, on the last 28 races, he's had 28 races. He's had 22 top 5 finishes and 16 wins. That ain't a streak. That's just the way he rolls.
Top 2 finishes.
That's pretty good. That's really good. Well, Travis Kvapil had some tough times today as he cut a left front tire, got up in the wall, and was 11 laps down. But after a good start, Ricky Carmichael hit the wall about as hard as we've seen anyone hit here at Dover. Was able to climb out of that truck and was okay.
And then we saw J.R. Fitzpatrick clobber the wall early in the race.
And let's go back trackside to Hermie Sadler.
Matt Crafton come on with a 3rd place finish today. Is like, these races always get crazy like this at the end, and you guys came up and got you a top 3 finish.
Yeah, we had a really good truck today. Really, really good on a long run. We came in at one point, and they were telling me I was the fastest truck on the racetrack, but I mean, the thing was really, really good. And I was actually seeing Kyle actually coming to me on that one run right there in the middle of the race. But we were still a little bit free, and it would beat the right rear tire up on the long run. So we just made a little bit over adjustment and got it a little bit too tight right there at the end. And that was my fault because I was screaming a little bit loose. But I guess you got to be loose to be fast. But I can't thank these guys enough. I mean, we changed more stuff in that 2.5 hours practice. It was unbelievable. This Menard Chevy was really, really good on a long run. Wish we could have had some long runs right there at the end, and I think we might have had some for them.
These are the kind of runs that championships are made of. Matt Crafton comes home 3rd.
And we knew we were going to see history made. It was either going to be Kyle Busch going for the first-time repeat winner here, or seeing our youngest winner ever in the Camping World Truck Series with Cole Witt on that final restart.
Well, 11 straight races here. Nobody won more than one of them. Who's the guy you'd put your money on to break that streak? That young man standing right there in victory lane with Miles the Monster beside him.
Remember last year, Bristol, nobody had ever won the race from far, out of starting in the top 10. Kyle starts last and wins the race.
Cole Witt, another impressive performance. This time gets him his career best finish of 2nd. Matt Crafton, with his 3rd place finish, is able to move up into the top spot in the point standings here in the Camping World Truck Series.
What a battle we have for this championship. 8 points separate the first 4 drivers.
And a long way to go in this season, too.
And luckily, our next stop, Charlotte. And I tell you what, a lot of people looking forward to that 1.5 miles.
Great weekend, all-star weekend. There was so much hype, so much interest in racing next weekend.
As a race car driver, you love going home. You love a home field race, and that's where everybody lives. All your crew guys get to come, their families get to come watch the trucks they work so hard on race. It's a special feeling to race at Charlotte.
Friday the 13th at Dover International Speedway. There were some crazy things that happened on the racetrack, but one consistent, that 18 is always good. And back to victory lane he went.
Next week, the Camping World Truck Series will be in the heart of NASCAR as they visit the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Being the backyard of NASCAR, everybody will be looking to leave a lasting impression on their hometown. Last year, it was Kyle Busch who left a lasting impression on Charlotte. Who will it be this year? Chris Devoto hosts the setup starting at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, followed by flag-to-flag coverage, only on Speed.